Hello, I'm ND and I'm here playing Sol Zero, Mars Colonization. Now, it's a game I've had for a while now, about a year I think. It was graciously sent to me by a friend, and I meant to do a recording at the time, only I have trouble recording this game, like massive amounts of trouble. So what's happened is, they've released it on Steam. That really does help with making sure everything's updated and everything. But it does mean that I'm well behind the curve. Now then, the idea behind the game is to colonize Mars, if the title didn't give it away. The first rocket, though, we need to find out where the resources are, so we'll be sending some rovers. I'm going to get rid of that because I remember what I'm doing. It's been a year since I played, so if I mess up terribly, oh well. These things help refuel your rocket and send it back up. And we don't need a forklift. We're not sending an astronaut. We will send up some supplies. And so, yes, our first rocket. I suppose I should explain these numbers a little bit. You can only send up so much weight. So at the moment we're sitting at 6,980 kilograms. Supplies used to build structures. Rovers are used to map geological areas on the planet. The methane extractor helps send your rocket back to Earth. Don't work later on in the game, but for this rocket it works. So astronauts require food and water, which you can set by these sliders down here. Now they require quite a lot of food. I think it's 120 water, 240 food they require. And then a forklift helps you move supplies around the base. But we're not sending an astronaut the first time round, and we need quite a lot of supplies to get a working base going to begin with. We need to know where the ores are so we know where we can safely land without really messing up our future game plan. And we need more supplies than anything, and I'm gonna send some food, because I believe if I click here it'll tell us. Yeah, you need more food than you do water, but it's easier actually to grow your own food than it is to collect water early game. Growing your own food is relatively easy, but capturing water is not. Let me just click launch. We can skip this, but I'll let you see the first one. I'm not sure what engine they use for the game. I'm fairly convinced it's maybe Unity, because I always have trouble recording Unity games. But it could also be a custom house engine. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to slow down time. I don't remember this map. We'll pick a corner to land in. We'll go for this corner. So there's our rocket coming down. Oh, that's resource mode. I need menu. I just remembered I muted everything. There we go. And save and quit's gonna quit the game. Oh well. I can just resume quite easily. Hopefully my rocket should still be just coming down to landing. Yes, there it is. We'll slow down time again. We'll deploy our two rovers, methane extractor, and there's nothing I can do with the supplies at the moment. If we go into this is resource mode. We click explore. It starts scanning. It halves its movement speed, but then now it starts scanning. And I can hit OW, which is route mode, and I can tell it to follow waypoints. These rocks can only get moved with a bulldozer. Super annoying. Absolutely super annoying. They'll stop you building very early game in certain directions, but then late game you'll have 3/4 of the map open up because you've suddenly got access to a bulldozer to shift everything for you. So this is the game map. This is what you're treated to. And we're in exploration mode. Toggleable by this. So if I do that, that's our game view. If I do that, this is resource view now. Going up Explorer. Game into Explorer mode. This white one is gypsum. Don't know what it's used for. Can't remember. I honestly just don't remember. All your resources, early game, you might as well build on, because we've got no way of extracting these resources unless it's water or methane. And even then, methane is not particularly useful to a starting colony. So we'll start speeding up time now. And what we're waiting for is timer down here. We've got 24 sol days out of 120 before our next launch. So we've got quite a bit of time now to burn off while we wait for this next launch. Ooh, lots of red, which is ore. I need blue, which would be water. So we'll send these guys off. I mostly ignore the notifications. I remember in the past that used to be bad because you do get solar storms, and solar storms will crash any electronics which are working at the time. So there goes the rovers. Hopefully we'll find a nice source of water somewhere that I can tap. If not, then I'll be shipping water up all the time. Quite a lot of gypsum. Don't know what that's used for. Find out later. Probably a research material, which is why I don't remember all that well. But we can easily land on this. Oh, next launch available. Catch you before the timer goes. It's every 120 days, which can get a bit harsh, really, especially if you miss the window by a little bit. So, what do we want to send up now? Well, we need to get our first astronaut up there. We need to be able to send the rocket back. Don't need any more rovers, and we need lots and lots of food. We're going to go with 200. We'll go with enough water for him to survive. And 7 more crates of supplies. 200 food. Although he requires 240 to survive, hopefully we would have built up a greenhouse by the time it gets to him running out of food, so he should survive. I say it with so little confidence. Right, we'll skip that one. And this is Solsera, and this is me pressing on like an idiot. It's quite a fun little game. Right, we'll slow time down, go over to resource view, and we will land on this massive source of gypsum here. We don't gain anything, but we don't lose anything by landing on the gypsum. So down here we've got our food and our water and our astronaut and power supplies. We'll deploy that, and there goes our astronaut. Now we're losing food. Say goodbye to the food. Get into the build menu. So this is the build menu. We've got solar panels, which I'm gonna plonk. Yeah, I'm gonna plonk one down there. Solar panels supply you with energy, no matter where they are on the map. Like, you can hide them in little corners like this, and they should be fine. Pallets you use to store your supplies on. Oxygen generator, cryo tanks, they're fairly kind of self-explanatory. Now this is the annoying bit. Most of the time, the astronaut won't auto-build and stuff like that, so you've got to keep on top of your little men. When you get lots of little men, it gets kind of annoying, but you don't have that many astronauts kicking around at any one time. Now, I like to start with a 4-way haul. Tab rotate, if I remember correctly. And we will build our first greenhouse here. So 1, 2, 3, believe it's 4. If I'm wrong, oh well. We'll build a 4-way there. Also, they waddle. Oh, mind you, I'm in a half speed. They waddle like mad. Look at that waddle. So this one should nearly be ready for launch, apart from it requires water. And I have no water really. Greenhouse. Get that built next. Oh. Go on, waddle you, man. Now I have to manually. I do think they automatically do it when there's a pallet with supplies on. It's just because it's in the Mars landers that they don't seem to auto build. Or I might just be rubbish and I don't give them enough time to auto build. I'm not quite sure which is the answer. Either way, I just like watching them waddle anyhow. Oh, that requires 3 components. There we go. Now he's auto building. I've not right clicked this time. Kind of a scary proposition really. AI. Do I like AI? Now he stops auto building. Come on, get over there. There we go. So the next thing I need is to get an oxygen generator up, and they can only be attached to these straight holes. I'll build a straight hole there. Now, down here is airlock control. World map. I didn't know that. I normally disable that when I can. And we need to allow airlock to open to the right to the greenhouse. So now these guys are sharing things, and we open that to the left to the strip area here, and we will build. Oh, I didn't leave myself enough space there. An oxygen generator there. And this should sap all of our power once it gets up and running, to where I'll need another solar panel. As you can see, we're quickly running out of food. We're not doing too bad on water. We could do with more, but our rover has stopped up here. I'm wondering if that were. Oh, I do have water here, so I'll be tapping that soon. Come on, you're going to run out of food at this rate. One greenhouse can support 1 astronaut, but later on you'll unlock other things, which hopefully I'll unlock and I'll be able to show you. Come on, build it. So we're getting oxygen in here. We need another solar panel building. Yep, food's gone to just 0. Water's still deadly, but power's also bad. So we're getting methane boil off. But I'm also nearly out of supplies. This has only got 4 supplies left in it.
Copy.
So it's basically resource management, but at a very primitive level. There we go. So we could do with a cryo tank for water. We'll build it right smack bang on top of that water supply there. And that should use up the last of our supplies. And this guy's not going to survive. Ah. I wonder if it's because I've got the extractors out. He's literally going to die. Or she. It sounds like a she. Is going to die just before they finish building that. Come on, get down here. Come on, you can do it. Nope, they're gonna die. Oh. Oh no. So, first astronaut's gone. I've got one supply left in there, so I don't want to launch that. Can't launch this one. Oh, that's bad. But food's going up. I think I've run out of water because I've got these things refueling. Because I've deployed the methane extractors. I didn't even think of that. We'll launch just one more. We'll take a forklift with us. We'll take 5 more crates of... No, because I need to take water. Take 120 water. And 3 more crates. But we're going to have a forklift. Which isn't going to be that useful actually. I'd rather have more supplies. We'll take less water because we're going to have that water tank. Hopefully I won't lose another one of them as well. There we go. Hopefully we won't lose another astronaut, but shall see. Third rocket's the charm. Right, we're kind of expanding this way. Pop this one here. So, deploy that.
Base, do you read me?
Another girl by the sounds of it. There we go, now we've got water. There we go, and we've got a water surplus, so now we can support 2. We'll get a solar panel built there. Resource mode. Methane! Methane as always. Nice. Be nice if I remembered what it was used for. So go back into root mode. Root mode's a bit finicky. In that you can't add. You don't have to hold down shift or anything, you just tell it to activate. And then it'll delete your old root and let you place a new one down, but you can't add to a route. Kind of got to be fairly exact on how you want to send your rover. If you miss a little area, you can't exactly go back and say, oh, you go and add. It also means that you've got to complete your routes pretty quickly. Because now my astronaut's not doing anything, so it's not like I can multitask. There we go, that's off. There you are. Question is, do I build a methane extractor or carry on building the base? I'll get a pallet up actually. I'm gonna go there. So I feel like I might have hemmed myself into a corner a little bit here. Oh, and this resource, water resource, will go down over time. You know, that won't stay high. If I go and get another rover and get to scan that water again, you'll notice it will start going down. It won't look like it has straight away, but it will eventually. Oh, actually, go empty that one. And I can relaunch that one.
Copy. Copy.
Oh, that one is empty. Walk away then. We'll launch that. Launch that one. Now we've got 2 landing zones. you have to have at least one rocket down for you to be able to have astronauts. That's what that basically each one supports 2 astronauts. I found that out the hard way when I sent like 4 astronauts and then only had 1 rocket. 2 of them died. Very annoying. But yeah, it does look like these things use up your water supply as you go along, which I didn't know they did. You live, you learn. So yeah, I like doing these with the roots, just to try and get the most out of them. I don't think the maps get much bigger than this either, so there we go. Maintenance and things are all just done automatically by your spaceman. They'll just go over and repair them quite nicely and happily.
Copy.
Ooh, more water. Lovely. But generally, you know, if you do see a solar panel needs repair, it's always better to have more solar panels than you need, because they do go down quite often. I forgot which version of the game it was, but it was quite an early version. I had basically had 1 astronaut permanently on solar panel maintenance duty. Every time he left that little corner, I always sent him back, because within 10 seconds of him leaving the area, he needed solar panel repairs again. Where's my little guy? Still unloading this thing. I should have brought a forklift. A forklift would have unloaded this automatically for me. But I feel like I may have hemmed myself in a little bit here as well.
Copy.
Go around the back. Maybe I haven't. Actually, can you build me a forward there? Next launch. So we're going to bring in another astronaut. We've got a surplus of water. I want a forklift, astronaut, supplies, and a little bit of food. That should do. I'm just about to build another greenhouse, so I don't think the astronaut's going to survive this trip. Oh, I need one of them as well. Only 2 crates. Not brilliant, but it'll do. So we'll launch this one. Q automatically selects your loneliest astronauts, so that can be quite useful. There he is. We'll have a greenhouse, please. If you like. We'll deploy you, and we'll set you to automate. And then we'll deploy that, and we'll deploy you.
Over.
Oh, got a guy this time.
Command.
Right, we'll get you building solar panel over there. So there we go, that thing's gone to automatically build the greenhouse, like so. Let's get some oxygen flowing in there. And hopefully this should balance out. Oh, clicking on it brings up this resource profile.
Copy.
Which I don't find too useful. It's brilliant for knowing where your oxygen is. You know, picking up all your units and whatnot. Other than that, I don't find it particularly useful. We'll build another straight here. Oh, no supplies are available. Oh, that's because the rovers nicked them all. Okay, so we'll launch this one because it's empty. Yeah, that does happen on occasion. I think it's when a disaster happens at the same time you launch something. It doesn't like it all that much. So we'll build that there. Actually, no, we'll build that there. That's a good idea. We'll build hallway there,
Copy.
and we'll have another solar panel there.
Command.
And then we'll have another oxygen generator. Oh,
Copy.
Base, do you read me?
hitting all the wrong buttons now. Oxygen generator. There. And there we go. Now we're just stuck in the waiting game. Quite literally. Turn this thing off automate because that can cause more problems than you'd like to admit. There's no point in fact there's no point oxygenating in that entire left hand side really. One of the things I do like to do. Just vent the oxygen and you get that little oxygen effect. And I've just realised something. Depleting this side of the oxygen. Right, we'll seal that back up. I just wanted to show off the oxygen effect, and I ended up, you know,
Over.
nearly killing my
Copy.
little guys.
Copy.
Keep them in the solar fields. So plenty of water on this side. That's annoying. Looks like I deployed on the wrong side of the map, really. Although I do have a little bit of water, I suppose. Plenty of water there, plenty of water there. We might as well go up to double speed because there's literally nothing I can do now to the next launch.
Over.
A bit of a pain. But that's Salsera for you. Got a nice little working colony, only lost one guy so far. I hope you like it. I'll probably start recording on the next launch. So thank you for watching and goodbye for now.